happiness and joy. You can just feel it spreading all over your body, from your ears to your brain and everywhere downward. Of course, we're talking about your weekly dose of fun here at Find It in Fishtown Live, brought to you by the fabulous Fishtown District. For everything special and miraculous, there is no other place on earth as heavenly, and I don't throw that around lightly, as the fabulous Fishtown District. I am Marc Colazzo with the share to my Sonny. We're talking about the lovely, the talented, the multitasking Kae Anderson. Good morning, Kae.
Good morning, Marc.
Kae, I think we found a winner for the show that precedes us. By the way, for those listeners, shalom. Barry Reisman, best of.
The best of is like even better. It's the icing on the cake.
So all my aunts and cousins and my mother, they understood every joke, every hook sounding word. Matt, good choice today. I like you. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, I mean, I understood some of it. Let me know when there's like Israeli Dancing Day. I'm a big fan of that one. But I digress. And by the way, good morning, Matt. Well, and welcome to you. Good. You see, you have your Flyers shirt on. Well done. But weren't you worried that the worst team in the world, who was 0-8, we were going to be their first win? Happens. 3-0. Good win. I got to tell you something. The first 5 minutes of this show, if you miss that, you miss everything. It's comedy, it's Yiddish, it's sports, it's news. You're welcome, planet Earth. No. Well, wait till our guest comes on. Our guest is quite dazzling. Today is Get Lucky in the Fishtown District Day. No, don't go there. Hey, this is about the casino.
I was a little confused too when I saw the email.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
It's a double entendre, I believe.
We were getting a little raunchy.
That would be exactly. Let's keep that in the tradition of Barry Reisman. Sorry. Anyway, that was a little Hebrew lesson for everybody. Randy Sherwood is the only one who knows what I'm talking about.
I was going to say, what did that mean? Can you say that on the radio?
I don't know what it means.
Hey! That's exactly what it means. Great callback.
There are 18 rabbis ready to call to dispute that. But Kae, so, it's a beautiful morning today. And by the way, 2 weeks in a row, Kae has beat me to the studio, has set up so you can see all the fun things happening here. And speaking of all the fun things, where can people find out more about the Fishtown District?
They can always go to fishtowndistrict.com.
But there's more, isn't there?
There is. They can find us on Facebook, Fishtown District, or on IG, Fishtown_District.
I don't think the instructions could be more clear, concise, and helpful. By the way, if you want to give us a call and be part of the magic that is Find It in Fishtown Live, give us a call at 888-329-3306. That's 888-329-3306. Yesterday was a big day, Election Day.
Yes.
Did you pay attention to it at all?
To be honest, I've gotten out of the habit of paying attention and expecting results on Election Day because I realized that mail-in ballots are a thing now. So I just make sure that I vote, and then I'll, pay attention for the results in about a week.
And I think if everybody who knows Kae knows that her shirt is indicative of how she votes. We're talking. Love the elephants, though.
That's a joke.
That's a joke. That's a big joke.
I do love my elephants, though.
You know what? That was a big thing in my household.
Yeah.
For different reasons. My father, everybody would, if they were getting him a gift, got him like a ceramic elephant or something like that. So I have like a whole collection.
Because of the Republican Party, though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make that clear. That's not why I collect elephants.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, because I hadn't met you yet. But seriously, so I, of course, paid attention to the election by starting to watch the Netflix movie called Army of the Dead.
Oh.
And I give myself props. I lasted 10 minutes before I fell dead asleep.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to the rest hour and a half of the movie. So don't ruin it.
I will definitely not.
There's like zombies and stuff in it.
Oh.
Big fan of the zombie.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I feel confident. Well, actually, I don't. My son always used to make the joke when we were big Walking Dead fans that he knew that I would fight to protect him. He had no doubts about that. He just knew that I would be one of the first people killed. And it might have been from my fellow humans because I was getting on their nerves. Because there's no electricity. Where am I going to shower? This is a lot of walking.
So you would probably just be complaining.
I would have been friendly fire, yeah. I would have definitely one of the first to go. But let's move out of the Army of the Dead. And of course, Uni's looking at me inquisitively like, what are you talking about, Mark? So we're going to saddle up. Thank you. Ease up there, big fella. And we're going to take the very pleasant ride through Gumdrop Valley all the way to the magical land that it's called Kae's Corner. Listen to me now. Always my favorite part.
That is probably my favorite part.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah. So welcome to Kae's Corner.
Thank you.
Of course. So as always, we have a lot going on over here in Kae's Corner and in the Fishtown District.
I'm just going to settle in and let you go.
How appropriate. So if you guys have not been paying attention to social media, checking your emails, living under a rock, all of those things, you might not realize that Brooklyn Bowl is opening this week. So on Thursday night is their grand opening event. And actually they will be having shows throughout the entire weekend. So please check them out. Go to their website, Brooklyn Bowl. And on November 9th, they're actually having a special event with local author Eric Smith in partnership with Harriet's Bookshop, who we all love. But the event is called Go Your Own Way Launch Party, and it is a launch party for his latest book, Go Your Own Way.
Looking forward to that. By the way, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Fleetwood Mac songs. Is that what it's based on?
I kind of hope so because that's also one of my favorite Fleetwood Mac.
Isn't the right? Sing it with me.
No, we're not going to sing.
I think because Kae and I are lucky enough, we're going to be at the grand opening Thursday night of the Brooklyn Bowl. It's a star-studded affair, obviously.
Oh, we absolutely will be.
And I'm looking forward to it's before Questlove comes on, of course, taking the stage to bring my tearful rendition of that to life.
So everybody make sure that Mark doesn't get a mic at Brooklyn Bowl because it might be interesting.
I think I can nail it. By the way, can't see me.
Yes.
What else is happening?
Yes. So we also have quite a few events coming up. On November 12th is Awful Wrestling, Naughty November.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
so stoked for that. That's going to be such a great event. That's happening at the Fillmore at the outdoor stage there. And if you haven't seen Awful Wrestling before, it is literally what you used to do as a kid in the 80s and 90s, playing on your mom's furniture, getting yelled at for, wrestling with your siblings. It's that type of mentality with adults.
You mean that your big brother is going to hold you down and put a pillow on your face?
It's possible.
And play the game. How long can Mark breathe with the pillow on his face? That was what we used to do in the Colasso household.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, obviously I'm here, so there was an answer to that question. I can't wait for that. That's going to be so much fun.
I know. I'm excited.
And by the way, Kae, how much are those tickets?
Free.
What?
Free 99.
Oh, my goodness.
I know.
How do you get those, though? Because they're going fast, actually.
They are. This event might actually fill up and sell out. We might be turning people away at the door. So if you haven't already, please, please, please go to fishtowndistrict.com, find the Eventbrite under our events tab, Awful Wrestling. Click the Eventbrite, RSVP, and secure your spot.
And by the way, Matt and I have been working on it like whiz. We promised our tag team routine of 2 average white dudes. So we're looking forward to it. Matt, are you ready? Well, we'll work on that, but I think.
You can't even keep a straight face.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I think you want to wear something so that people know what religion we are. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow.
Loving you isn't the right.
And then,
888-329-3306.
right after our
there's more.
event, of course there's more, Mark. The next day, we have another event because we're the Fishtown District and we're crazy. But the next day, you can join us at Evil Genius for our Back to the Future event. This is a highly anticipated event, one that we've been planning for, it feels like almost 6 months now. But the DeLoreans will be there. There will be other movie props.
Marty's pickup truck. Apparently, Marty had a pickup truck in the movie.
Oh.
And it'll be there.
Marty's pickup truck will be there.
I think a hoverboard will be there.
Ooh.
Mayor Quimby. Who's the man's name?
I can't remember.
I don't know. Justin from Evil Genius, who will be on next week to kind of talk all about this.
Oh, great.
He knows every character, every line, so we're looking for it.
And Evil Genius will be all decked out in the Cafe 80s and Under the Sea enchantment themes. So that'll be exciting to see. And all of this goes back to benefit the Michael J. Fox Foundation. We're happy to partner with them, happy to bring a good cause to the neighborhood. So please come on out. Yes, Mark, you have a question.
I do have a question. And how much is that event?
Oh, that event is also free.
You know what? That's because we passed the savings down to the consumer.
Yes. If
How
anybody
about
made trickle-down economics a thing, it is the Fishtown
We just nailed it. That's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Brands. Thank you.
So, in addition to that, we also wanted to let you guys know that Lloyd's just celebrated their 9th anniversary in the Fishtown District. So, shout out to Lloyd's. Happy anniversary to them. If you haven't checked out Lloyd's ever, that's one of my favorite, like, when I ask the question at the end of the show, where are some of your favorite places to go in Fishtown? Lloyd's is probably one of my favorite places to eat. Definitely my favorite place to get a cocktail. So please check them out. The owners are fantastic.
Love Scott. Love Lloyd.
Yep.
And I only get this drink when I go there because they have a version of I think it's a Moscow Mule. I think but I think they call it a Mississippi Mule. And it is delightful. You know, in the movie Old School, when Will Ferrell goes, "It tastes so good when it hits your lip." That's what it's like. It's delightful.
See, for me, it's any cocktail that has bitters, triple sec, or egg white. It's usually the cocktail I'm going to order.
Do you ever have all three in one drink?
I think I have in like a whiskey-based drink.
Because Old Fashioned has variations of that. Big fan of the Old Fashioned.
I am too. I prefer, if I'm going to drink whiskey, I prefer rye whiskey.
I'm with you.
Hey.
Which kind of rye do you go with?
I'm not that sophisticated.
I go to Knobs Creek normally if I'm just at a regular bar because normally they have that.
Yeah.
Let me ask our connoisseur, Matt. Attaboy.
Hey, that's the truth. So shout out to Lloyd's. And also, Bianca from Twal has just released a wedding collection.
What?
And, you know, Bianca has always been an amazing designer. She specializes in women's wear, especially, you know, nice quality seamstress women's wear.
Yes.
So she's been doing wedding alterations in the neighborhood for quite some time. So now to see her put out her own line is very exciting. And if you missed it, you can still catch the clip. It was on Fox 29, I believe.
You're correct.
And you can also check out our newsletter because we included the clip in there.
I'm thinking for my third wedding, because that'll be a nicer affair. Second wedding, remember, it's a quick one.
Okay.
So,
second wedding, you're eloping, right?
I don't even know if I'm going to be attending, to be honest.
Okay.
That's how little I care about it. But I think the bride's gowns should come from there. She's really one of the more talented, and listen, I'm a dude, I don't know from anything. But it's pretty extraordinary stuff. Very lucky to have her in the Fishtown District.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. She's definitely on the cutting edge of fashion. And
Can you hear that?
Yes, of course.
That's not me, that's Uni. Again, playing with stop it. Exactly.
Don't encourage him, Matt. So with that, I think it is time for Kae's track.
Yes!
So I gotta be
Word.
honest. I was waiting for your word. I was a little thrown off when it didn't come. I was struggling this morning because I feel like I'm getting to a point with my tracks where I'm like, do I start repeating artists?
Nothing wrong with that because they're all awesome artists.
They are, but I've been trying really hard not to. So today I was thinking to myself and I was like, all right, who's somebody I haven't played yet? And this woman came to mind. Her name is Frankie Storm. She
Love
is
the name.
Born and bred Philly, now lives over in Jersey. But when she was about, I want to say 18, or somewhere around there, she actually signed a deal with Sony Music.
Oh.
So she is the infamous songwriter behind some of your favorite hits, including Please Don't Stop the Music by Rihanna.
Interesting.
Yes, she has also worked with Enrique Iglesias, Sierra, and quite a few other artists.
Has she worked with Usher?
I don't know if she's worked with Usher.
That'd be
That was
cool.
not one I've heard.
I bet you she has. I bet you Usher wants to.
I'm sure.
And can't.
I mean, she's amazing, so everybody would want to work with her. But this is one of her latest singles called Dreamer Ways.
Let's
see if I can get this as
Did she Randy's text?
About the audio?
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to fix the whole time.
Okay. See, we're professionals, so we just stream through it.
I think I fixed it.
I used to be a rocket ship, and then you try to make it fly, make it fly, make it fly, make it fly, my dream away, dream away.
Should we cut it? Should we?
So that was Frankie Storm with Dreamer Ways.
I gotta be honest with you, I don't know that I've ever seen Matt shake his moneymaker as much as I have listening to that track. No one brings the energy on a day in, day out basis more than our producer, Matt. Kudos to you. But by the way, Kay, how can people find out about this lovely and talented performer?
They can go to YouTube and type in Frankie Storm and see all of her music there.
Well, I can't wait to do that. We've kept our guest waiting, I think, patiently long enough. So before we go to break, of course, we have to play America's favorite game show. Okay, what is it?
What is Marc wearing?
Hi. And What's Mark Wearing is brought to you by the fabulous Fishtown District. And, of course, Fabrica, Fabrika. The K stands for cool. And, of course, for everything you want to find in the best in performances, in dining, and theater, go to Fabrica.com. Of course, today's going to be a little sports history lesson for both, really for all of our listeners. As I know Matt knows this, Kay, you may know this. This year, the expansion Seattle Kraken came to the NHL. This is their first year. And everyone, of course, in the sports world very excited about that. But this is not Seattle's first foray into professional hockey. Of course, you've got to go back to 1914. That would have made Matt 212 years old. For the Seattle Metropolitans. So that's what this jersey is. So no, I'm not a new superhero with an S on it. But what they did, I do haunt people's dreams, so that's not wrong. But what they did was the old Seattle Metropolitans, who played back in the old Pacific Coast League, and were actually quite good. Their colors, I think, were like green and red. So what this company did to honor the Kraken, they took the old Seattle Metropolitan jersey, but put it in Seattle Kraken colors. So that's why you're seeing a lot of red, blue, white, gray stripes with the big giant S on the front of it that says Seattle. So everyone can enjoy all that. Matt especially does. You're welcome. But of course, I want to make sure that I keep our Philadelphia fandom current. So as always, Sixers sucks.
Speaking of,
Oh, wait. Okay, go ahead, Ken.
did you see the new uniform for the Sixers?
Love it.
I love it.
Love
I
it.
need it.
So I will send you the link. Because, of course, I found the link. It doesn't come out till November
You
15th.
found the link already?
Yeah. And I ordered my Dr. J version of it.
I need it.
It is, wow. That was.
No, you don't understand.
That voice made me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, my friend sent it to me, and I got the picture, and I was like, no, this matches way too many sneakers for me.
That is the epitome of fire. Because it's got,
It's so good.
because most of them have been disappointing, right?
Yes.
Like, with the city skyline, that was okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen Miami's? It looks like it's like you ever see the ransom notes where people cut out different letters?
Uh-huh.
The Miami looks spelled out like that.
Really?
Yeah, it looks awful.
I mean, Miami had a good uniform last year.
Well, it's got the old Miami Vice theme to it, I think.
Yeah.
But this is, so it's got the Sixers spelling out the way they did it when I first started watching in 1975, 6.
Right.
Got the old Spectrum colors. Love it.
That's what I love about it.
So I already ordered mine.
Yeah, please send me the
I
link.
will do that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Kay already is feeling lucky with that. And it's only going to get better as we're joined by, when we come back from the break, by the lovely and talented Emily Donez, Director of Community Relations for the fabulous Rivers Casino. We're going to hear all the great stuff they're doing, how they got through the pandemic, and most importantly, how they incorporate community into their success. So we can't wait to talk to Em, good friend of ours, but of course we got to pay some bills. So we're going to be back at you with more fun and frolic right after this.
Part of Philly for over 10 years.
All right, let's
So
see if that
Rivers
fixes the
Casino
audio.
Philadelphia knows how you like to play.
It looks like
with
it
better
did.
odds, more playtime, an upgraded rewards program, plus a state-of-the-art sports book, great restaurants, and more. Everything that real players want, without the overpriced distractions. Rivers Casino Philadelphia is for those who play to win, not play to pay for some fancy new place. Rivers Casino Philadelphia, always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This work?
After I got out of the Marine Corps, coming back home, it was just a mental breakdown for me. I was on the verge of giving up. That chapter, that season in my life was over. Now what? Who was I? That's what I kept asking myself. The pressure to have it all together, to heal, to quiet down the monsters inside, it was too much. I lost it. I had heard about the Wounded Warrior Project. I had seen the logo and that big programs that the Wounded Warrior Project offers. It's not just the veteran themselves, it's their whole family. It brings it all together. We have scars that we carry, and just because the scars are there doesn't mean that we're any less than what we were. Right now, I'm the best version that I ever have been of myself. I can embrace the brokenness.
You wouldn't go into battle alone. You don't have to fight this alone.
Visit woundedwarriorproject.org/notalone.
Many business owners and entrepreneurs today are drowning in unsecured debt and just can't stop incurring more. Business Debtors Anonymous is a 12-step recovery program where you will receive support for doing business and living life without incurring new unsecured debt. Business Debtors Anonymous offers meetings every day where members support one another to help them stop incurring new unsecured debt. You're not alone. Visit helpfordebtors.org. That's helpfordebtors.org.
Happy, joy, joy.
Oh, it is happy, joy, joy. Sing it loud, dance around, frolic, fun. We are back, of course, with Finding the Fishtown Live here on WWDB 860 AM, formerly the talk station. Now it's just us and Barry. And, of course, the lovely and talented Kae Anderson. Hi, Kae.
Hi, Mark.
Kae, are you ready to continue the luck? Matt's already got his dice rolling hand ready.
Let's do it.
Oh, he's really ready.
You could. That's as much as we're going to get from him for the next 45 minutes.
I mean, to be fair, he had quite a bit of extra pep in his step this morning. I even said it to him, and he told me
that's why he was dancing like he was too.
The energy drink kicked in a little earlier than
that. God bless Red Bull or whatever it is that you're drinking.
Bang.
What? I don't think you can say that on the air. And with that, we are so lucky to have this young lady. I think, Kae, if I'm not mistaken, she was our first guest when we had our first show.
I think you might be right.
Because I remember she was on with a couple people, but now she deserves all the time to herself. The lovely, the talented Emily Donez of the Rivers Casino. Good morning, Em.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Kae. Mark, your shirt is very stripy.
It is very stripy.
I took a peek at the Facebook stream and I'm shocked. It's a little too much for this early in the morning.
It's reminiscent. I don't know if it was of one of my favorite McDonald Land characters, the Hamburglar.
I know. I thought Halloween was over, but
it's never in my world. It's never that way in the Fishtown District, Em.
That's true.
So, Em, thanks for taking the time today. How are you? Pretty much helped build the Rivers Casino. In fact, you still have some of the original bricks. You've been there from the beginning, and tell us what's going on now. And really, I know it's been a difficult 15, 16, 17 months getting through the pandemic, but tell us where we are in the state of Rivers now.
Yeah, well, as you know, we never stopped. Even when we were closed for those couple of months, Rivers was still out in the community doing everything that we could to make sure that people were safe, that they had food or services or, whatever support our partners needed. We were there for them. But I'm so thrilled for this season of giving. This is my favorite time of year. I love the holiday season, especially at Rivers. Once the leaves start changing, we start preparing for a lot of really fun events that are traditions at Rivers and something that we look forward to every year. Last week, we were really busy, not just with Halloween, but with our community outreach. We partnered up with a group called Operation Warm. They're a national organization, but we worked with our friends from Jeb's Human Services and, of course, our neighbors down at the Fillmore. And we hosted a Coke giveaway for close to 300 children so that they could trick or treat in a warm jacket. Foreman Mills was there handing out hats and gloves, and Rivers raised almost $4,000 for Operation Warm's mission. And that was done through some internal fundraising that we did on property. So, that kind of kick-started everything. And we wrapped up Halloween with a trunk or treat with St. Laurentius. We allowed all the children and their families to come into our parking lot, one of our empty parking lots, so they could have a safe place to trick or treat. It was so fun to see the kids all dressed up. And then we ended up over at the PAL Center for their Halloween event. So I'm kind of like regrouping from like the sugar rush and all the costumes and the craziness. But that was such a fun time. And, I'm so thankful for the support from the Fishtown District, the Fillmore 26 Police District, the PAL Center, and all the businesses that work together to make sure that our community is having a wonderful holiday time.
And I think people don't realize, I know you do, how important that outreach, that connectivity with the community is to Rivers. Can you tell us really why that's such an important part of your model?
Yeah, I think with the closures, especially in the past year and a half, it was really easy to be disconnected, whether you were an individual or a business or an organization. You kind of just wanted to like huddle in and be in your own little bubble. But, for Rivers, it's part of our fabric and our mission to be a dedicated community partner and friend. And that's why each month we have a different organization that we support through different fundraisers and volunteer events. So last month was Operation Warm and providing coats for those deserving children. This month in November, we're working with the Veterans Multi-Service Center right down the street in Old City. They're one of our longtime partners. And, it's just important to remember that there are people all over Philadelphia that are trying to do their best to get by, right? And if Rivers can be part of that mission to provide essential services, to help with clothing or food insecurity, to help with volunteer hours, or even just to show up and be there as a supporting friend. That's something that has been part of Rivers' mission for the past 11 years. And I'm excited that that mission has not only continued after the pandemic, but has strengthened since then. So it's a really exciting time to be in Fishtown, be in Philadelphia, and be a partner to everybody.
We're looking forward, by the way, for the big Passover extravaganza in April. I'm looking forward to breaking matzah with you, Em. But before we get to that, because it really is, obviously, these are things that are done off hours, after time, and really are an investment. And when you see something like, Operation Warmth and what you're doing for those kids, it really has to provide a special sense of gratification to know that, no matter what neighborhood you're in, no matter what area of the city, there are always those that need help. And Rivers has always stepped up to do that. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to in the future for Rivers to do with the community?
So like Mark, I think that's nice that you say, working behind the scenes, because when you get to that event, right? I hear you and Kate talking about your events, and everybody sees that final product and it's like, wow, like, look at this, under the El Bazaar or the Back to the Future event. And that was awesome. And I walked away with such great memories, but I know that you are spending so much time, so much energy trying to organize it so that it can be beneficial and memorable. And that's what we have happening at Rivers right now. So it's Thanksgiving coming up, and we have one of our hallmark events happening in 3 weeks, and that is our turkey giveaway extravaganza.
Awesome.
We give away a turkey to each of our team members. So there's about 1,200 team members on property. Everyone has the chance to take a turkey home with them, so that's one less thing that they have to worry about, because we're all busy. We're all trying to, figure out the holidays. And if we can alleviate some of that pressure and say, here's a turkey, happy Thanksgiving. It's, just a little way to give back to the team members. However, the team members also have a chance to donate their turkey back to us. And what happens on Monday, the Monday before Thanksgiving, it's the 22nd, is we collect all of those donated turkeys. And I have my own little stash of turkeys that I have coming. And we give out over 600 turkeys to over 20 different organizations in the greater Philadelphia area. So that can be a name as familiar as the Salvation Army, or Lutheran Settlement House up the street, Jeff's Human Services, of course, but we're also giving turkeys to our veteran groups, our senior centers, Norris Square Senior Center in West Kensington, the 26th Police District, and even those smaller organizations that you've never heard of, but they are doing the work and they need our help. So it just feels so good. It's like the longest day of my year. We go nonstop from like 4 o'clock in the morning until the last turkey is given out later that day. But it's the best event because you get to see the happiness, you get to see the relief from these organizations knowing, okay, now I can take these donated turkeys and then do my own outreach and help feed the people in my community. And it's all just coming full circle. And to be a part of that special moment, like I said before, that's what Rivers is all about. But this is like our trademark event. It didn't stop during the pandemic. We still had the event. We had people pulling up on our loading dock, even though we were closed. We gave out like 650 turkeys last year in the middle of the pandemic. So I'm thrilled that Rivers allows me to run this event every year and that we're continuing it post-pandemic as well.
I don't know if you heard, that was the thousands and thousands that gather outside our studio, all cheering for you. And in fact, if you want to call in and give a little thanks to Em, as we do, give us a call at 888-329-3306. That's 888-329-3306. I've been accused, Em, of talking too much. I know that's hard to believe.
No.
So I'm going to let Kae jump in here because I know Kae is giving me the look like I have a question too, and I will not be silent. So go ahead, Kae.
Well, we talked about Thanksgiving already, but we also have another huge holiday coming up right after that.
Hanukkah?
Christmas.
Is it? Oh, Christmas?
Yes. Sorry, Mark.
I was going to, yeah. You can incorporate them both.
We'll still say happy holidays. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
But I know that Rivers probably has some big things planned. So what do you have on the docket, or what are you guys working on for that holiday?
So I don't want to give too much away yet because it's still in the planning process, but obviously we're partnering up with the Fishtown District and the local businesses to do a toy collection for Toys for Tots and for St. Chris's Children's Hospital. I'm really excited to do that this year. We have some things that are in store for our team members and the community, of course, participating on December 11th. With the Fishtown's holiday extravaganza. But after the holiday, the Christmas and Hanukkah holiday, we're getting ready for New Year's Eve. We have such an amazing New Year's Eve planned to end 2021 and get ready for 2022. It's going to be like a week-long festivity. We have, I can't say who they are yet.
Is it Usher?
Some major headliners planned for that week. We have some local bands booked at Jack's. We have a huge bash in our event center with live entertainment. And of course, we have our fireworks that'll play at 6 p.m. and the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve. That's going to be officially announced tomorrow with the mayor in the city of Philadelphia. So we're thrilled to carry on that tradition. There's just so much that's going on, and everyone needs to go to riverscasino.com/Philadelphia so that you can get your tickets for this amazing headliner and then keep up to date on all the promos that we have and the live entertainment that's coming in December.
Definitely will. And I heard that Rivers Casino's fireworks are some of the best ever. That's what the neighborhood Facebook groups were saying after 4th of July. So I'm very excited to see that on New Year's.
Yeah, we had fireworks on Labor Day for our Labor Day community celebration. And like you talk, I love that Fishtown neighbors page because you always get a pulse for how people feel about things. And the feedback that was shared on that page about how spectacular those fireworks are made me feel so good because that was just Labor Day. Now imagine that like amplified 20 times for New Year's Eve. And what I love about the fireworks is that there's a 6 o'clock show for the children, or for folks that kind of want to go to bed early and don't really want to stay up
it's
till
fine.
midnight,
We can say it.
But then, like the party people, like us, you and me.
Yeah,
Kat,
I don't stay up till midnight on New Year's.
Mark-
Come on
Mark
now.
Come on, party people.
There's the same spectacular display for midnight too. So I love that we're able to carry that tradition on. I'm so excited for all of these fun things that are coming, whether it's community related or our marketing promotions, our restaurant celebrations, and the week-long festivities for New Year's Eve. There's just so much happening, not just at Rivers, but in Fishtown in general. So it's a fun time for everybody.
And then Em gets to finally go to sleep on January 2nd. After an epic 2 months. Em, we're going to take a quick break to pay some bills. Can you hang with us?
Sounds great.
Oh, thank God. We'll be back in 2 and 2 with more Fun to the Fishtown Live.
It's been part program, plus a state-of-the-art sports book, great restaurants, and more. Everything that real players want without the overpriced distractions. Rivers Casino Philadelphia is for those who play to win, not play to pay for some fancy new place. Rivers Casino Philadelphia, always on our game. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
A gentle breeze blows across your face as you take a refreshing sip of water, appreciating the stillness of another morning fishing on the lake. The distant gurgle of a stream reminds you of days spent playing in the creek, the cool, clear water rushing between your toes. You love this time with nature, the feeling of putting everything on hold to connect with the world around you. Now, imagine it's all gone. No fish, no lake, no water. One of life's most vital resources, irreplaceably depleted. Time is running out to protect fresh water, and without our love, it can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our fresh water. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
Charlie died after taking a single pill that turned out to be counterfeit.
He was having back issues, and it was a counterfeit poisonous pill.
Websites and social media selling fake medicines may look legitimate, but they're not. Drugs from these rogue pharmacies could have fillers like sawdust or deadly fentanyl.
He died in less than 15 minutes after taking the pill.
Now there's a free tool that can give you peace of mind. At safe.pharmacy, enter the pharmacy web address, and you'll know if the site you're using is safe.
If you're not getting your prescriptions from a legitimate source, that next dose you take could be your last.
We just don't want other people to go through what we're going through. It's just horrific.
Go to safe.pharmacy. Find out about fake medicine on social media and if the site you're buying from is safe.
Sing it, Kay. Come on.
No, thank you.
Oh, after our public service announcements, don't you just feel happy, and joy? We got some new ones today. By the way, you're listening to the fun and infotainment that is Find It in Fishtown Live here on WWDB 860 AM, brought to you by the fabulous Fishtown District. I believe we accomplished in that last ad, and I was wrong. I made a bet with Kay. Said this ad's going to be nice. It was. You heard about the gurgling of the stream. You don't hear a lot of gurgles anymore.
No.
And then
what if it's
all gone and you're all dead? Dead, I say.
I don't think that's exactly how the PSA went, but it was close.
It was close. And then the next one was like sawdust and fentanyl. So,
I apologize. I'll throw some happier ones.
No, listen, we've got to educate people. We're here to scare them straight.
But before that PSA, we had an awesome PSA about Rivers Casino.
Segue.
Exactly. So, Emily, I know we've talked a lot about the events that you have coming up, but
by the way, look at you taking charge of the interview. How about that?
Somebody's got to keep us on track.
How about that?
But even on days where there aren't special events, there's always something fun to do at Rivers Casino. So talk to us a little bit about everything that Rivers has to offer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I have a whole list. So from November 19th to 21st, We have a mini rush tournament. You can win up to $100,000 with a $350 buy-in. I'm also going to touch on Mark's sweet spot, and that is our restaurants and food and your tummy. We have month-long specials at our restaurants. At Jack's Bar and Grill, we have a Thanksgiving turkey burger and fries for that lucky number of $8.88. We have our Young at Heart Mondays. You can get a full turkey dinner for, again, $8.88. Those lucky numbers. Lou's, our pizza joint, has 2 free toppings on any pie from Monday through Thursday. And at Hugo's, our steakhouse, we have live entertainment every Friday and Saturday from 6 to 10.
And of course, as you know, I'm booked on Thursdays when there's no one there.
Well, you can come in on Fridays in November from 7 to 10 and play our Feathers of Fortune drawing and win up to $40,000.
Wow. And then you can see my one-man show called Marc What the Hell Happened?
I'll see you at Mian, with your striped shirt, drowning your sorrows in lo mein.
Well, I was going to say, that's my favorite restaurant, my favorite Chinese restaurant. And Kay knows this. That's where I go there at least once a week.
He does.
Love the Chinese place. And the waitress always does the same thing. When I'm done, I go with Matt, of course, from the Fillmore. Good luck. We're never gambling. We're just eating in there. But I'm like, good luck to you, dear.
I gotta say, Hugo's and Jack's are my 2 favorites in the casino.
I've not eaten.
Jack's is awesome with that beautiful. I mean, it looks right over the river.
Yeah.
Even though the outdoor dining is closed for the season, we have our back enclosed patio that has the windows. We have the best sunrises and sunsets because I get here when the sun comes up and I leave when the sun goes down, which I guess is kind of typical in the winter months now that the days are getting shorter. But seeing the sun rise up over the Ben Franklin Bridge is such a beautiful thing. So if people are listening and you enjoy that Penn Treaty Trail make sure you take it behind the casino and take a breath, take a moment to just watch the sunrise over the bridge. It is like the best thing in the city.
Definitely. And you guys have an awesome sports betting area. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have a Choose the Champs football promo at our sports book, so you can win up to $1,000 in prizes weekly. And if you weren't so lucky with your betting ticket, we have a second chance drawing every Sunday at 4 p.m. So you can bring the ticket that didn't win, and you can enter it in a drawing to win an autographed Eagles jersey.
Oh, how do I win all that without actually playing? Is there a possibility that I could just do that? Matt has returned from the bathroom. And by the way, you also have something special for all Eagles games, don't you, Rivers?
Yes, we do. So I can't remember. Oh my gosh, you caught me off guard off the top of my head. I can't remember it, but I know that Jack's is offering special meals on Eagles days, and our sports book also has specials going on during Eagles games. But it caught me off guard. I don't have that info right in front of me, but you can go on
we
our
also have the
website.
Inside the Birds guys doing
That's
that
right.
podcast.
Oh my God, that's what it was. And it was like, I knew I was forgetting something. Yes,
You're
Inside
doing
the Birds
great,
at our sports book in our
That's
little
why you're America's
media
sweetheart.
box.
But what's extraordinary, Em, is certainly, when I go over from my Chinese meal, and this is like at, lunchtime, and it actually makes me feel good. And I always think of Em is, for all the work that they do and a lot of the behind the scenes things and the involvement that they do, and they never say no, when it comes to working with us, to see all the cars in the parking lot, to see all the people back enjoying the casino. That's got to be gratifying for all of you.
Yeah, it's funny because, with Inside the Eagles, I'm like, there's so many things happening. It's so hard to keep track of it all, right? And that's what I love, because the casino is always so busy. There's so much going on. So even if you're not a big gamer or a bettor and you just want to, like Mark, have a great meal at Mian, or just check out the big game on our huge screens in the sports book. It really is a one-stop shop for entertainment. And being part of that entertainment district is so exciting because you can catch a comedy show at the Punchline and then come over here for dinner, or vice versa. We have a lot of comedy coming up. Aunt Mary Pat's coming back in December for her Merry Friggin' Christmas tour. I hope I said that right for radio. And Bassmasters coming
At this
up.
point,
We also have Soul Joel with Chuck Nice and Brian McKnight's doing a Christmas spectacular. And then, of course, we have our jazz series in partnership with South Restaurant. So, you can pretty much have it all in the Fishtown District with everything that's going on.
Matt, can you save what Emily just said as part of our promo? You can pretty much have it all.
Yeah, but if you forget, you can always go to riverscasino.com/Philadelphia and catch it all on our website and sign up for the latest alerts.
And speaking of the website too, if you can't make it out to Rivers, you can still bet with Rivers by going to betrivers.com.
It's almost as if they want you to spend your money.
They should really hire me as a spokesperson.
Yeah. Well, Em's nailing it. So, Em, one of the things I think that was gratifying, at least I know for us, was last Christmas.
I gave you my heart.
Yep, that's how the song
very
goes.
next day, gave it away. I'm selfish like that.
Of course.
But in all seriousness, Emily reached out and we wanted to do something for our local families for Christmas. And listen, we're right in the pandemic. Nothing was open. And with the Rivers Casino, the Fishtown District, and the Fillmore, we put together our drive-through winter wonderland. Em, can you tell a little bit about that and what it was like when we finally saw the cars pull up, because we didn't know if anybody was actually going to come?
Right. I know we were so worried, right? Like, are people going to show up? We had just shut down again. What's going to happen? But we're all party planners. We're all event planners. And that is what drives us when we're organizing these events. Matt from the Fillmore, if you're listening, you are always so gracious in volunteering your space, your resources, your crazy lighting. Fishtown Neighbors Association participated. St. Laurentius participated and volunteered. And it was so cool to take Allen Street, shut it down, and then transform it with like lights, camera, action, right? So we had each side of the sidewalk lined up with tables that were giving out goodies to the families in the cars. Rivers gave out hot chocolate. The 26th District gave out candy stockings. F&A, St. Laurentius, they had their candy that they were giving out. And then we had Santa and Mrs. Claus at that box office entrance at the Fillmore. But Matt totally transformed it with this beautiful North Pole backdrop. We had inflatables. Mark, I think you were wearing your Christmas tree costume, which was so cute. But
everybody kept asking me how lovely are my branches.
We had a lot of cars come through. Like, how many people came through? Like 700 people or something?
I mean, it was at least 500 cars.
It was
in 2 hours.
It was over 564 because that's at least how many pictures I had to edit.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think what was so cool, I think we got so many people coming because there was nothing happening. Christmas Village in Center City was a little bit more scaled down. You couldn't do pictures with Santa at the mall. You weren't really able to get into the holiday spirit, as in years past, but it was just so much fun to collaborate. It's like friends when we get together, right? It doesn't feel like a business transaction. I feel like whenever we plan these events, it's like, guys, I have an idea. Let's get together. Let's talk about it. But it's just like you're planning a fun party with your best friends who just happen to be your business associates as well. So hopefully we get to have our Candy Cane Lane again. When is it?
December 11th.
Oh, it's still on December 11th. Oh, good.
It's going to culminate the whole day.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Well, Rivers Casino is going to be there with Chef's special hot chocolate recipe.
Of course.
Hopefully we'll get a little snow on the ground and get into the holiday spirit. But what a great way to end that wonderful Fishtown Freeze event at the Fillmore with Candy Cane Lane.
And of course, I'll be making my favorite latkes for Hanukkah and dreidel spinning. So
I actually make pretty amazing potato pancakes.
that's a bold statement.
I
young
must
lady.
say that.
Now, last question. Give her last question before we let her go.
Of course, Emily, when you're not at Rivers Casino, where are some of the other places you love to spend your time here in the Fishtown District?
Oh gosh. Well, my absolute favorite is Nirvana Health and Wellness Med Spa. They were on Front Street, but they recently just moved to 2nd Street. But I think they're still part of the Fishtown District family. Tara Lynn opened up her business in the middle of the pandemic, and she provides the best facials in the city. The massages are outstanding. That's probably, don't tell my husband, where I spend like way too much time and money. But I also just love walking up Frankfurt Avenue, grabbing a beer at the Bottle Bar to hang out. Mark, I think we spent the hurricane waiting it out at the Bottle Bar, which was a lot of fun.
It was quite painless.
And Hefe's is a great spot that I love to stop at between work and whatever nighttime event I have, because I can't go without eating, right? Like I need to be constantly fed and watered like a baby.
She's like a plant.
So I love stopping at Hefe's. They have that
A
like
plant or an infant.
it's that like cheesesteak empanada. It's so good with the spicy ketchup. I love just like eating it, like standing up and over their little picnic tables that they have, and like I'm good to go.
If anybody can create a word picture, it's Emily Donia standing up, hunched over, eating. And with that, Em, thanks for joining us today. We love you. Can't wait to see you. And thanks for all the great stuff you and Rivers do.
Love you guys. See you soon.
And Kay, great job as always.
You too, Mark.
Matt, I don't know how you do it. Matt, are you with us?
Yes, thank you.
Cue the music. We will see you next week on another fabulous edition of Finding the Fishtown Live. Bye-bye.